Right now, Martin turned out to be not available. We were going to stream, but then the doctor showed up to talk to his son, so he's going to do that. More important. Okay. Right, I'm going to stream on something. And the thing that I'm interested in now is front-end observability, because I need to make a talk for QCon. And I started a project the other day in Vercel to try to figure out what the heck this is about. And let's see if I can do something with it. Okay, here it is. I did change the name of the site. Okay, so if I'm in Vercel and I click on this, I actually do have the Twitch chat up today. That's good. Okay, yes, here is a pretend conference from their pretend virtual event starter page. And click on click. Okay, what does that do? I don't know. It goes here. I'm trying to, would you take me to the thing? Okay, so this is the live site on Vercel, and this is just their startup, and now it is showing me my comments, which I did not want to see. Okay, I can make a comment here. It's there. That's kind of neat, but also not what I wanted to see right now. It's fine. There's probably a way to turn it off. Hide interface, disable for session, whatever, Vercel. There is some code associated with this. No, that didn't help. I would like the source code. Here it is in GitHub. Okay, and then if I get iTerm, I should be able to, I probably have that, and it's probably called Virtual Event Starter Kit, because I went with the default name because I wanted everybody to know that this is the default thing, not something I made. All right, get status, get log, change the name of the site. Okay, I'm up to date with what's on GitHub. Q code dot, and I wonder if the sound is coming through. There's probably sound. All right, VS Code, come over here. Wham. Right, so here is where I changed the name. Nope, somewhere in here. Oh, what are you doing? Is the mouse scrolling? Mouse scroll? Work. What is going on here, VS Code? The mouse scroll is probably backwards because Macs and... Oh yeah, because it's a Mac. And if I change the mouse scroll on a scrolly mouse to be right, it fucks up the touchpad. Fuck. Ugh, Mac, I have more than one mouse tool. Treat them separately. Okay. We're going to be okay. Right, so Vercel demo app. And I changed its name to OpenTelemetry in Practice, and that had the effect of changing this. Okay, look, here's a title. I want to change that title of the tab. And let's, so the game is to change something. And hopefully become more integrated somehow. So how would I change that? Let's look for the word demo. It's in a couple places, but ooh, to remove the demo CTA from the top nav bar, set HMS integration as false. The CTA enables anyone to join with any role that they want. I think that's for testing. There is like a thing here, this try demo thing. Yeah, okay. So that's what they're talking about, and I would want to turn this off, but that's not the most important thing. Okay, what I want to do is change the name of the tab. Ooh, look. Pages Expo. This file is called Open Square Brace Slug Close Square Brace. What the fuck? Sponsor slug.ts. Really? Really? That's the name of the file. That's weird. Maybe I should go to Excel documentation. Pages Expo. Okay, I know that Vercel has pages, and this is a Next.js framework, which is its friend, and this is therefore a multi-page app. It's not a spa, but the pages like know about each other and collectively form one app, which is cool. You don't have to load the JavaScript for the entire app. You only have to load the JavaScript that's appropriate for the page, which I find really interesting. And the main one is here, I think, in index probably. But that is not the, yeah, okay. Oh, look, haha, meta, title, demo, virtual event starter kit. Okay, Jess's pretend, oops, I'll need to escape that. Who uses single quotes? Pretend conference. Okay, so I'm going to save that. There's also a way to run it locally. But first, I'm just gonna push this. Status git commit -am change main page title, page tab title thinger, git push, and I think Vercel will eventually do that. I can also or push that up and make it live. I can also do. I think it likes yarn. Run dev probably to start it up. Some deprecation warning. Can I use light is outdated? Yeah, not caring. So maybe that's doing something. Is it going to tell me? This should tell me about, oh, here we go. Going to localhost 3000. And in here, I should get the page, but with hot reload. Okay, so there's the title, the new title. And it's at localhost. And I have the thing, and I have the stupid demo thing. Stop it. Now, I like the button. I want it to be there because apparently it's for testing. But I don't want, I hate that little slide in at the beginning. Okay, that's going to be hard. What I really would like to get to is to have it emitting OpenTelemetry data so that I can look in Honeycomb and see whether someone hit the site. Probably me. A new deployment is available for this Vercel preview. Refresh. There it is. And now it says Jess's Pretend Conference. Good. I changed something. It's always good to have a small victory and also to prove we can change it. Because my real goal here is to learn how to change the app, but we learn the app by changing it, and we change the app because we've learned it. All right. If I were going to add OpenTelemetry, first I would Google this. OpenTelemetry Vercel, or maybe Next.js. Quick start for using the Vercel OpenTelemetry collector. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I want the front end. I happen to be pretty sure, must be using it in a serverless function. I'm pretty sure this is backend stuff, and that's not my priority. This is how to configure OTel. Pretty sure this is going to wind up in the back end. And then wrap your request with a tracer provider. What? Why would I do that? Get fucking auto instrumentation. Really? I'm pretty sure that shouldn't be necessary, but Deploy a project to Vercel. Install an OTel integration to visualize traces. Well, I don't want to do New Relic. No. Such as New Relic. This logs from the selected sources will be forwarded to New Relic. I mean, it wouldn't hurt my feelings to see them in New Relic, really. Configuration UI with traces. I would love to see what this does, actually. New Relic won't mind if I stream their shit, right? Why would they? Now I'm really curious about this. Oh, wait. Vercel's OpenTelemetry Collector is available in beta on Pro and Enterprise plans. That doesn't help me because I'm definitely on the hobby plan, and this is okay. So no, this is useless. Here's a discussion in Vercel. Yeah. Telemetry, Next.js. Okay, this is the telemetry you're sending it, like it or not. Okay, that's also not what I wanted. Let's go to my usual source of this, which is OpenTelemetry Registry. And there's a way to get here, but I type /registry. And it takes me here, and I can type next.js in here and see if there's anything. There is not. I mean, I'm not afraid of just installing OpenTelemetry myself and doing some manual spans to see that it worked. I don't know the framework, so I would love for the framework to have automatic instrumentation that teaches me how the framework works. Wouldn't that be lovely? That'd be lovely. I observe that it is not a thing, at least it's not OpenTelemetry next.js. Signaz has a page. Front-end overhaul of the OpenTelemetry demo. That's on the OpenTelemetry blog. That I know about the OpenTelemetry demo. I have that. So something. I know about the demo. I run it sometimes. So you did some stuff to it. That's nice. But did you put fucking telemetry in the fucking front end in your front end application architecture overhaul? That is the point. Okay, it's interesting that they're using Next.js as the primary front end application. Okay, good. Instrument both sides of the Next.js app. This is what I want. To do this, we had to connect the app twice to the same collector used by the microservices. That's fine. Simple backend solution was designed. Let's see. You can find the full implementation. Okay. Using the official gRPC exporter combination with the Node.js SDK. Okay, so that's writing a backend for the front end to accept the traces and send it to the collector internally, which is fine. I don't need that. I'm going to send them directly to Honeycomb, and it's going to expose my API key, and I don't care. Basic instrumentation includes auto instrumentation for most of the commonly used tools for Node. Yes, I know about Node. Node is so easy. Fuck, I know that part. The front end was trickier. Exactly. So the initial of rendering is server side. Okay, this is actually interesting. We had to make sure to load the tracer from the browser side when the JavaScript code is executed. Yes. After validations to check the browser side, Okay, what is this linking to? How Next.js work? That links to Next.js, how Next.js works, rendering. Okay, yeah, I think I read something about that yesterday. After adding validations to check the browser side, we then loaded the custom front-end tracing module, which included creating the web tracer provider and the automatic web instrumentations. Okay, this is linking to a file. Okay, here, this is useful to me. Source, front end, utils telemetry, front end tracer. Okay, scroll backwards down this window and we get a front end tracer, new resource. Why do we have to do this provider add a span provider stuff? Why do we have to do this anymore? This should be automatic. It comes from an environment variable, but I guess we don't have environment variables in the front end. So window.env, maybe we do. Okay. Anyway, this is a bunch of stuff and I'm fine with that. Okay, auto instrumentation, we have instrumentation fetch. All right, so I'm pretty sure that creates spans when we like call back to the back end. That's a start. I would also like that. Right now, I want to get, I just want to get a span when someone visits the site. So I probably want like Core Web Vitals or, oh, haha, that is Pierre. He is my coworker. Add copyright notice. Thanks for your contribution, Pierre. Right. Okay, so this is setting up some tracing, and it's going to send it to the OTLP traces endpoint or collector string or localhost if we're local. That makes sense. I'm probably going to set mine up to go straight to Honeycomb, and I'm going to hard code my API key, and you can look at it, and you can all send me traces, and it's going to be fine. Be rate limited if it has to be. Great. Front-end tracer. That's one thing. Okay, so I can use some of this, and this shows up in telemetry. So I can get the OpenTelemetry demo project and look more at what that's doing. That wouldn't hurt. I also want to look for OpenTelemetry. I really want like Core Web Vitals. Sentry has an article, but that's an ad. Configure client OpenTelemetry web. That is a issue. I don't want an issue really. I want more success than that. Scout APM. Maybe they have something useful. March of last year. That's not forever ago. Yeah. A bunch of words. This is probably in Node. Tell me how to do it in the browser. Connecting browser traces with backend application traces. I thought you said Core Web Vitals. I searched for Core Web Vitals. No, here. Yeah. NPM are the appropriate methods, and then I don't know. This has some information. I'm ready to try some shit. Right, you are running in dev mode. Get another terminal. Plus. Get bigger. Everybody get bigger. And I'm just gonna try some shit. I would like. Okay, can I change the JavaScript in this for Cell app at all? That's a start. And then I need to like install OpenTelemetry and see if it'll slurp it in. But I have not established that I know how to change the JavaScript in this Excel app at all. But look, this is some TSX files, right? So I have an index.tsx. Never mind on this. Command B. Okay, I have an index.tsx. This is JavaScript. Let's do something. At the top, here's some stuff. console.log, Jess was here. I usually make my name in all caps for this. All right, let's try that. Save, I think it auto saves. And then that should do something over here in our like, where were we? What? No, what is that? Go away. Okay, compiling did something. I wish it would print the time right there. I don't know when you did that, but let's go with now. Okay, that shows up here. I think this is the localhost one. Yes. So if I open the console here, aha! Jess was here. We got a couple fast refreshes. Great. I can change the JavaScript. Okay, so maybe I'll do this in like a really stupid way and just tell it to do what I want. Sure. Let's go with this front-end tracer. So I'm going to copy this file and put it in my, I'm going to put it right the fuck here, wherever we are. Yeah, give me this. Index is, I think it's in pages. I have a feeling this isn't where I'm supposed to put it. In Vercel, there's probably some other place that one like imports stuff from. There's a next/router that looks official. I don't see anything local here. I will ask front-end humans later. For now, touch pages/tracing.ts. And then that should be here, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to paste all that. What is that garbage? No. What? No. That is not what I wanted to, okay, I want the, here we go, copy. All right, just the content of the file, please, not your GitHub stuff. Okay, export default front-end tracer. All right, I will write pilfered, and then give myself the source so I can find it again. Here, copy. Actually, if I push Y here, Y is the secret GitHub button for permalink to this version. Okay, and now it wants all of these imports. Great, doesn't that look fun? npm I, and we're going to get all of these, OpenTelemetry core. Actually, I think it probably wants yarn. It likes yarn. Yarn install. OpenTelemetry core, maybe that'll work. Yarn install has been replaced with add. Okay, whatever. Thank you for telling me. Okay, and then we're gonna do this one. Oops. Did you complete this yet? Any day now. Go on with it. Unmet peer dependency, OpenTelemetry API. Yeah, I want that too. Also give me trace web. And then, come on, download the thing. Maybe I can make a list and then it'll do them all at once because this is boring. Do get me the API. And then what else do I need? Instrumentation, auto instrumentation web. Some of these are dependent on each other. Yarn add, I've probably been typing npm install. Hopefully that has the same effect. Doopy-doo. History. What are you doing? It's just doing stuff. Okay. But it's getting happier and happier up here, so that's good. This is a pretty specific one, so maybe I'll have to do that one in particular. History. What are you doing? Oh, it's not actually, still resolving packages. Really? Okay, I'm going to install all these things. I'm going to have this tracer thing. And then what? Window.env. Why don't you use the question mark? Oh, type of window. It's interesting. It's checking the type of window. I don't know what that's doing. Next public hotel service name. I'm guessing next is like their Next.js or something. Okay, I have been doing yarn add. Good job, Jess. We have one more. Yep, and the other ones are not angry anymore. So we'll install this one. And then we'll see if we can bring it in from index. Oh, also I'm going to add console.log Jess tracing was loaded. Now, their endpoint isn't going to work. I'm not going to run a collector today. Whoops, scroll to the top. Okay, tracing was loaded. All right, we did that. Now I'll know whether the file was loaded. I'm just going to import, did it export default as front-end tracer? Go to the bottom, export default front-end tracer. Okay, import star as, is it star as front-end tracer? Or is it like this? Tracer from /tracing. Yeah, that. Now put the semicolon over there. Whatever. There you go. You did it. And then it's not using it. So it might get like optimized out if I don't use it. So we'll do front-end tracer dot. If I were front-end tracer, I would have start active span on me. I don't know why you don't have a type. That's kind of a bummer. Oh, it's a string to a promise? What the fuck are you? Async. It's actually a function. Collector string. What is this nonsense? Oh, apparently you want this. Apparently you need to load that dynamically. That's interesting. But I will await import. Is that going to work? I fucking doubt it. We're going to add console.log past the await import to there because I am skeptical. And this is now a function of a string, and that string, I can't see anything. Scrolling is too rough. Collector string, where is that? Oh, it's just where, it might be where the collector is. All right, no, don't worry about it. But I do observe that we need to call it and say .then because it's a promise. Oh no, I need to call that. Maybe I get a T. An argument for collector string was not provided. Have an empty string. That is falsy. Do you know the type of T? It is void. T is declared, but its value is never read. Okay, so we actually have a promise of nothing. Import OTel from, so I'll bring in the OpenTelemetry API and try to pull something out from nowhere. Yep, OpenTelemetry API. And then I can say otel.trace.getTracer. Does this work? And if it does, I want to start active span. Who? What? Oh, and this one wants. I'll just settle for start span. I'm not going to try to get too exciting with it. And then we're going to end the span, which would make it be sent, which isn't going to work because I didn't change the tracing file to send it someplace that would work. That's okay. That's okay. I'm curious whether this like compiles and stuff. Let's go over here And import trace for requested module. Module not found, OpenTelemetry context zone. But I have since installed that, which doesn't mean it's going to like find it dynamically. I don't know. Okay, so yes, let's open the page that it links to. I love error messages that link to a whole web page. Right. The module you're trying to import is not installed. Now I did install it, right? The OpenTelemetry core or the zone thingy that it was trying to import. Did I yarn add that? OpenTelemetry context zone. Is this going to work? Well, it's downloading something, so maybe I didn't install it. And maybe Next.js is smart enough to magically make that available, even though it's not imported at the top of the file. It could happen. Compiled. Okay, well, it compiled it, so that's something. Let's pop over to my preview page, which is here. I'm getting module not found. Can only be dismissed by fixing the error here. About to perform a full refresh. Thank you. Please do that. Okay, great. Oh, okay. Well, that's cannot read properties of undefined. That's because window.env is probably undefined, really. I don't know why would window.env have some in it? Why would that be a thing? Actually, let's Google that. I'm curious about window.env. Is that not D? I don't want to end the windows. Docker. What? Docker? No. Built-ins, window, and JavaScript and Node co-examples. No, tab 9. What? Oracle? Okay. No, not a thing. I am guessing that OpenTelemetry demo project here has made up window.env. I will search in this repository because Google didn't return me anything good. Declare global interface window. It has these envs in it. Now, because they're prefixed with next, I would actually expect that to be a Next.js thing. Next.js window.env. Basic features, environment variables, env.local, setting envars locally, how to access envars. Okay, expose environment variables to the browser by prefixing with next public. That's interesting. You know what? I don't need this topic right now. I can go without learning this particular thing about Next.js right now by saying hotel service name. Check this out. Just the front end. No, I'm not even going to call it front end because in the hotel demo, front end is the name of the BFF, the backend for front end service, and we're going to call it the client side. Okay, just going to call it that, and then we're not going to worry about that, and we're not going to use that endpoint. I am going to hard code the one I want, which is actually, okay, we're going to hard code this. You are going to go to, let's see, this is an OTLP HTTP transporter, api.honeycomb.io, traces, v1 traces, that looks good. You don't need to specify the port, you need to go to 443. That, and then I actually need a header in there, but I'm going to let it fail. Okay, let's see what happens next. Oh, also, I should probably do a console log exporter, but first what's going on in our test. That's a thing. What's in our, okay, we've got some fast refreshes done. I don't see my just was here. But there's the cannot read properties, and it's before, so it got past that. Why don't I see Jess was here, though? I am suspicious. I want to see that I was here. It's right at the top. When in doubt, make a change. See if it happens. Yep. This one, fast refresh. About to perform a full okay. Yeah, just do that. When in doubt, full refresh also. And then I want to see my console. Did this just open another one? Probably. Oh, look, anger. Oh, yeah, cores. Oh, what? Fuck you. Surely. Oh, okay. Honeycomb, of course, is going to give you a star because it's going to accept traces from wherever you goddamn fucking send traces. But this website won't let me do something that has a star for cores. Okay. That's not weird, and it's one reason you set up a pass-through on your back end, which I definitely need to do. The good part is this did send something. This attempted to send something. I mean, the send to Honeycomb wasn't going to work, but the fact is it tried. It tried a lot. It tried a whole lot. Here we are. We're past the await import. I was here. Tracing was loaded. Good. This is getting somewhere. Okay, so now what do I want to do? For the purposes of just send something, damn it, I wonder if I can figure out how to remove this check. So that's one option, is to try to change the security policies of my application to allow backend calls to something that accepts the wildcard. The other option is to try to get a backend pass-through for these traces. And now, I mean, eventually that's absolutely what I want, but it's also just farther away, and I have 15 more minutes to stream, and then I'm done here, and I would like to have a success of seeing this call work. So let's look at changing course policy on this site. So that is going to be either in the Next.js framework or Vercel. Let's Google that. Next.js course policy change. Let me mess with this. I don't want to avoid I sort of want to avoid it. I just want to change it. On the containers page, obviously, what? No, no. I don't want to change the course policy in the back end. I'm not watching your video. I'm making a video. I don't watch videos. Here, course in Next.js. I actually want... Okay, I'm trying to search. I'm ready to search the project for something. Where was my nice error again? Where is my my window with the dev thingies? This thing. Did it just start a new one? I think it's starting a new one every time, and I'm gonna have to refresh. I don't want you to start a new one. I want you to give me access to the other one, you stupid Mac. There it is. Okay. Here. Course policy response to pre-flight origin. Access control allow origin header. Must not be wildcard. I would like to find that somewhere in here. I'm guessing there's a configuration in here somewhere that will let you change your course policy. It might be in the Vercel.ts, which is Vercel.json. But is this going to be a property of the deployment or of the app code that's generated? I think it's going to be a property of the app code that's generated, because if I go look at the source of the web page itself, somewhere in here, elements, let's try this. Somewhere in here, it's going to have like these course policies. Because they have to be set in the page, right? So there's a bunch of styles. Yeah, so where does a web page set its policy, its security policy? It's probably a CSP or something. This I'm really curious about, and I feel like I should know. How does a web page set its security policies? Come on, MDN. Yes! Okay. CSP is a layer of security, blah, blah, cross-site scripting, blah, blah. You need to configure your web server to return the content security policy HTTP header. So I think I need to look at the header on the web page that's loaded initially. Give me that debug window again. So if I go to network, and I probably am going to have to hit refresh. It's not going to like that. Reload. Okay, it's reloading. Get its network tab. I probably want to preserve log at this point. Get this stupid console out of the bottom. That makes everything small. If I want the console, I'll go to the console. All right, scroll up to the top. Here it is. Here is the original request, and I want to look at the response headers here. And we're going to scroll down, and we're not finding the content security policy. Damn it. Content type, encoding, connection, cache control. That's not much. Request headers, that's what we sent to it, to the back end. That's what the browser sent to the back end. Okay, so I don't think it's in there. Maybe it's access control policy, because maybe the CSP is only about what JavaScript to run, and maybe it's not about cores. Oh no, here's the thing, access control cores, but that's in the table of contents over there. Look at all these nice things. Multiple cores header, not allowed, missing token. I don't think oh, here it is. Here's this reason. Maybe this says something. Course was attempted, but the server is configured using the wildcard. Yes, a honeycomb is sending the wildcard. That I'm on board with that. Okay. Correct this problem on the client side. Ensure that the credentials flag's value is false when issuing your course request. How the I don't issue my goddamn course request. The browser does that. Make sure you're not setting in the HTTP XML HTTP request. Make sure you're not setting with credentials to true. Server sent events. I don't know what that is. Or the fetch API. Make sure request.credentials is omit. Wow. All right. So that implies that it's actually the OpenTelemetry HTTP request going out that is configured to not the site as a whole. It's the going out request that's configured to hate everything. Now, is that using XML HTTP or is it using the fetch API? That's a good question. If it was using the fetch API, I feel like we would auto-instrument our tracing sends, which would be weird. So that's a good question. And this is going to be, it has to be a configuration on the OpenTelemetry HTTP exporter. So in our tracing thinger, where's my tracing.ts? Right here, we set up the OTLP trace exporter, and something is going to have to be an option there. Constructor, convert, where's your options? Config. Node, not node, no, not the node one. Oh, why are you the node one? Right. Because here it's in Node. I don't know. I actually want the browser OTLP trace exporter, which does look like it's probably the same thing. Because we did a regular import for that. Okay, I need to know how to tell. This is a useful skill. How to tell the OpenTelemetry HTTP trace exporter from JavaScript to do something different with credentials. Exporters, OpenTelemetry, yes. Oh, here, OpenTelemetry exporter trace OTLP HTTP. That is the exporter I'm using. Are you going to give me any actual documentation? I doubt it. Yeah, here's your absolute basic minimal thing. Traces a node, no. Configuration options as environment variables, no. Timeout configuration, don't care. Useful links, no. Those are not useful to me. All right, let's see if we can get more detail in the repo. I need you to tell me how to do this without being so fucking picky about the CORS response from the back end. Library, supported runtimes, version compatibility, don't care. I want your options. Give me your options. I'm actually at the top level of the OpenTelemetry JS repository, which is not really useful. I asked for the OpenTelemetry trace exported OTLP HTTP, which is a very specific one, not the top level of the JavaScript. Okay, try again. This should be under, I don't know, probably everything's under experimental. I'm looking for an exporters. Oh, packages. There we go. Exporter Jaeger. Okay, how can your OTLP, your like essential, this is what you're about, OpenTelemetry. Why would that be an experimental? But watch it be an experimental. Yep, there it is. Seems like this should be the solid one, but it's fine. This is fine, Jess. Here's a README. This is what I want. This is an experimental package under active development. It's also the recommended package. This is the one you're supposed to use. They just reserve the right for breaking changes, which will probably be constants, honestly. It's probably flowing up from the semantic conventions instability. Okay, I need to know what these collector options are. URL headers concurrency limit. Give me more options. Damn it. Okay. I need to know what your options are. Let's see. So, collector options. Damn it. No, give me the type! Just give me the fucking type of this fucking thing, you fucking... Fine. I'm gonna go click around in here some more and try to get the type of that goddamn thing, and maybe it has a do things right button. OTLP trace exporter. Config. Whatever the heck this is. Those things. HTTP agent options seems likely. HTTPS agent options. Great. Reject unauthorized max cached sections. You also have this. Keep alive. Total sockets. Timeout. Not helpful. No. What's backwards? There it is. Connection options. That's possible. Host, port path, socket, server name, mission. Ugh! Okay. Well, this is harder than I hoped. Okay. Where was that nice page about how to fix? There was a really nice page on MDN. I love MDN. This. Okay. I don't know which of these I'm doing under the hood. And my intention is not to set with credentials to true. Credential. Why is this about credentials anyway? It's so terrible. It just doesn't allow the use of credentials. I don't want credentials. Why would I use credentials? Request.credentials is omit. Okay, so at this point, I'm talking about digging around in the OpenTelemetry code. I mean, I want to know how to do this for like the future because I like to know things about OpenTelemetry. I don't think I'm going to get this to send today. No, I have 2 minutes, and this is apparently not something you can do in 15 minutes. How would that, I mean, there was like this has to be possible. Okay, I'm going to search. I would like to search in just this part of the repo. That's not something I can do in GitHub, but it is something I can do. OpenTelemetry.js. What are the chances I have this cloned already? Very high, but very long ago. CD experimental stupid packages. CD exporter. Oh shit, am I in metrics? No, I'm in trace. Exporter trace. Oh, hold on. I need to, I forgot to merge. Control C, get merge. I fetched, but I also need to merge. I'm not in the habit of pull. Okay. OpenTelemetry, exporter, trace. Why is this not here? Okay, it's just exporter trace. Really? Fine. Exporter trace, OTLP, HTTP. Good. ACK, credentials. Nothing. The word credentials does not seem to appear in here. That just means that it's in an import somewhere, I think. Because there's, okay, here. Let's look at that file. If I open VS Code in this project, maybe I can look at source, open, don't click, my dinging is telling me I have another meeting. Browser, trace exporter, leave me alone. Is this going to tell me what it's actually doing? Here's its default URL. This dot headers. And no, I don't know what it's doing. This is calling into something else that I probably don't have loaded. Yeah, so that's in OTLP transformer. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this is going to do. Super config. No, somewhere this is actually going to like physically send something. It's going to use either the fetch API or the Ajax API. But I have to give up. I think I'm late for another meeting. I did the thing. Thanks to people who followed along. Oh, dang it. I missed the chats. Vagabond Cat, thank you. Tom Prince, search for fetch. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Fetch. There's some events. Okay. Well, thanks, Java Grunt, and Vagabond Cat, and Tom Prince. Good to see you again. And I'll be back next week, one way or another. Okay, OBS.